Cultures from all over the world practice scarification. African tribes would cut their skin to resemble crocodiles. Nigerians still practice facial cutting as a sign of family lineage. Scarification has acted as a tribal ritual for thousands of years. This was the basis for American scarification.
Scarification is hitting the mainstream, if you will, and people are starting to take note that this is not just lines and dots anymore. You can do some amazing pieces and have these on you for the rest of your life. This is starting to be regarded as...
Scar Wars came from a private event we had in Toronto, where we do various modifications, and we had some of the artists working together on collaborative pieces. And we thought that for the amount of time we had, we really couldn't get into that kind of fusion event. The branding and cutting people have always been kind of on the outside. I mean, it's usually stuff that was carried on in tattoo shops and piercing shops, but a lot of tattoo conventions really frown on that kind of stuff going on at the convention. So there really was never a centralized location for them to get together.
I think this being the first convention, obviously, there is going to be a great deal of information shared, and I'm really interested to see how everybody works together as well as what they take from this convention. This is so much more so than just people cutting. This is a huge meeting of the minds.
Rather than just online, two-dimensional, you get to meet somebody, see their style, not just on a video, but in person. And that's what brings this whole thing together. Just watching everybody work together in one space is just amazing.
But it's definitely time for us to start educating ourselves and pulling ourselves together to try to get to that next level, one way or another. Art or whatever, cleanliness, technicality, everything needs to progress, and it's going to progress, and the options are limitless.
When I first got into the scarification scene, there wasn't a scene. There were a few guys doing it, a few girls doing it, Raylene Galena, Keith Alexander, John Cobb. It was mainly kind of tribal symbols, fraternity brands, dots, tribal shapes. Guys like Ron Garza came along, and they were able to start kind of applying a tattoo or graphic art aesthetic to it.
Just like in painting, every brush is going to achieve a different effect. The same with scarification. Each blade is going to react differently with the tissue. Therefore, you have to use your blades as brushes.
The piece that I have on my back is actually a fusion.
Is scarification safe? When it's done by a trained professional, absolutely. I'm sure there's been people who don't know what they're doing who've really hurt somebody, but when you go to a professional, your chances of getting a good healed scar are pretty good. When you walk through my door as the organizer of this event, I've got your safety in mind. My staff, they have your best interest in mind, and you're going to leave there as safe as you can be getting a scarification or branding.
A lot of people don't understand what they're in for. That's where doing your research comes in, not only artistically, but in terms of aftercare, the part of the body you're going to be using, taking time off before work. There's a number of different variables that really do need to be addressed before you go getting a huge piece.
Scarification is a very serious, very permanent, no turning back type of situation. It hurts more than tattooing. It's way more permanent than piercing. You have to really sit down and talk to your clients and connect with them and find out why they're doing it and what the meaning is. This is going to be there forever. You got a long life to live. If you don't want to be in this scene, you don't want to be in that mindset for the rest of your life, then don't get involved in it, because it's for real, you know?